Hey guys, MD Prepper here with yet another update on gear reviews. This time we're doing the Wahoo Killer Fillet Knife from BUDK. First of all, this is neither a Wahoo Killer nor a fillet knife, but it's a good little knife overall. It's obviously a knockoff of the Mora knives, primarily the Mora Clipper knife. You can get these on BUDK for about $1.99 a piece. That's why these things are absolutely amazing for the price. I highly recommend everybody stock up on these for the money. First of all, this is a stainless steel blade, unlike the carbon steel blades you can get for Mora knives. I don't know the grade steel on this. It's not listed, etc. But it will actually strike a ferro rod, which is a little interesting since it says it's stainless. But either way, it seems to do the job fairly well. Comparing it to an actual Mora Clipper here, and I'll get the sheath out of the way, identical dimensions, absolutely a knockoff clone of the blade. Put these closer together if you can see them. Only difference really is color, and the grips are slightly different, and the grind is of course not the same. Now let me get Mr. Mora out of the way here. Talk about this bad boy. Same thickness of blade, no flex or give significantly on this, so obviously not a fillet knife really. Don't know why they called it that, but you've got the nice little Wahoo Killer emblem there. Backside you've got the BUDK emblem and all that, made in China. One thing I have to say about this, I do actually like these rubber grips a little bit better than the Mora. They're a little grippier. For general purpose. Not a lot, but just a little. The checkering and all seems to hold your hand just a little bit better than the Mora knife. This thing is of course not full tang, which of course the Mora knives aren't either. Your standard Mora knife, here we go again, with my magnet and all, seems to come to about here, give or take, about a 3/4 tang or so. Now, as best as I can figure with my magnets and all of that, the Wahoo Killer Fillet Knife is about a half tang, about there, give or take. Not quite as long. Again, there may be steel back there. I just haven't been able to pick it up with my magnet, so I guess it's not there. Either that or the grips are ever slightly wider, and I just can't feel the attraction there. But this is a hollow ground blade, as opposed to the Scandi grinds of the Moras. Of course, if you know me, you know I love a Scandi better than a hollow grind or anything else. But perfectly functional utility knife. Good little blade. Comes sharp, but not razor sharp, but it is very, very easy to sharpen up overall. Again, just as good of a grip as there is on a Mora knife. And you can baton with this. This is not, I don't think, one of the ones I've batoned with, but I've batoned some smaller little twigs and all that for kindling tinder. It's done just fine so far. Again, not a Scandi grind like I said, but hey, again, it comes in blue. That's the only color that I've seen so far in the Wahoo Killer Fillet line. The sheath, almost an identical knockoff of a Mora blade style sheath. Pretty heavy, impact resistant. There's a drain hole down there. I don't know if you can see that, but works just fine. Retains just as well as any Mora. Retains very, very well. And just like the Moras, you can carry it with the blade reverse the opposite direction if you want to carry it left-hand style, that sort of thing. Again, I'm a right-handed guy, so I tend to stick with the standard right-hand carry. The belt clip is very similar to some of your slightly older Mora knives. If you'll notice, my newer Mora knife here has this style grip for the belt hole. Looking at one of my older style Moras here that I've had for a little while, I'll give you guys a comparison. Same style, little double-lipped clip. It's just a little thicker here on the actual Mora. I think it's just as sturdy on the knockoff version. No major complaints there that I can talk about really. For $2 a piece, every time I order from BUDK, I pick up a couple extra of these. Is it as good as my Mora? No, absolutely not. I would definitely prefer a $10 to $12 Mora over this $2 knockoff. But for somebody getting started, for somebody who just wants some knockaround blades they don't have to care about too much, these things are great. Can't recommend them enough. I've got these all over the place. I think I own 12 to 15 of these. Every time I order from BUDK, I pick up a few extra, as long as it's not going to cost me any extra in shipping. Might as well fill out that order and maximize as best as I can. I've got these in the kitchen. I use them as kitchen knives. I've got them in toolboxes. I've got them in tackle boxes, etc. Keep one in my kayak when I go out. This will do the job just fine. Just in case I happen to tip over my kayak, something like that. Why lose a $10 to $12 Mora knife when I can risk a $2 knife? This is easier and more cost conscious. Again, this thing has a hollow ground on it, not as useful as the Scandi ground in my opinion. You could profile the blade if you wanted to, but for $2 I just really don't see the point, honestly. Again, an absolutely fantastic little knife for the ridiculously low price of $2. You can't beat this with a stick for $2. Like I say, if you've got friends who are early into bushcrafting, you know, you want your backup to your backup to your backup bug out bag, throw one of these in there. I actually throw one of these in each of my survival camping bug out bags, along with my Moras and better knives, Cold Steel, Bushman, all that, my main service knives. Why dull up your service knife, your primary blade, with general camp tasks and all that when you can sacrifice this little $2 blade? Why dull up my Scandi ground and my Mora if I'm not working with wood, if I'm just cutting line, that sort of thing, chopping up fish or skinning something like that? I'd rather waste this one. It sharpens up very, very easily. Like I said earlier, comes fairly sharp, but sharpening process is fine, no major issues with that. Again, for $1.99, you cannot beat this blade as a general beater type tool. Again, now $1.99 from BUDK, highly recommend them. Don't just order one, order 10, 12, 15. They're not going to cost you that much. Give them away to friends, whatever the heck you want to do. Good way to get people started off. I did this with one of my employees at work, gave her one of these for her bug out bag, and she's been using it for general purpose and loves it a lot. MD Prepper out. Thanks guys. Bye.